Archangel Michael says, the storm did not begin from a stranger, it started from right next door. They smiled as they watched you leave your house every morning, waved when you returned, and even offered food on festival days. But behind closed curtains, they whispered your name to someone whose job is to take action. What they said wasn't small or harmless, it was targeted, designed to trigger a full-scale probe. The report they filed wasn't just based on assumption, it included descriptions and timelines, carefully manipulated to look like truth. You became the subject of a file labeled urgent. Your neighbors claimed you were hiding something behind your garden walls. They spoke of unusual lights, strange visitors, and accused you of organizing something forbidden. What you know as peace, they twisted into the foundation for suspicion. They didn't do this alone, someone you once trusted gave them access to more. That person helped them build the narrative, provided old photos, texts, and exaggerated stories from years ago. These weren't just claims, they were made to destroy everything you've worked for. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Authorities received the document on a quiet evening, and within hours, the process had begun. Your name was run through databases, your connections reviewed, and a silent flag was placed on your file. The digital world reacted faster than you could have imagined. You sensed something shifting when your calls were suddenly ignored. The woman who used to drop by with tea suddenly stopped knocking. Even the postman seemed to look at you differently. The man across the road who borrowed your tools once, now avoids eye contact completely. Rumors don't need proof to poison minds, they only need repetition and the right seed of doubt. And those neighbors, they've been watering that seed every single day. They claimed you've been involved in dangerous associations. They said they saw you meeting people at odd hours and hiding packages. They spoke with such certainty that it forced the officials to launch surveillance. Type Amen to get blessing 717. There are cameras watching now, disguised as regular home security. Your movements, your guests, even your dog's walk time is logged. It's not paranoia when they're actually monitoring everything you do. Archangel Michael says, they will regret pulling this trigger. They think they are writing a script of your downfall, but they're exposing their own rot. Every line in their report is about to backfire. Because truth always has a way of crawling back from the shadows. One of them slipped, a word spoken to the wrong person who knew you too well. That person has decided to reveal the conversation they overheard. The evidence is starting to flip. What was once sharp against you is now cutting their lies open. The one who typed the report is starting to tremble at the sound of your name. Type Amen to get blessing 999. You're not alone in this battle, heaven has sent backup in silent waves. Documents you thought were missing are now being recovered. A hidden camera near your window caught the very person sneaking through your yard. They thought you wouldn't notice the missing tools, the cut in your fence, the tiny scratch near your window lock. They believed you'd never suspect the quiet man from apartment B with too much curiosity. But Archangel Michael has placed light where shadows try to build a home. You'll be surprised how quickly masks fall when truth is poured over lies. The same people who wrote anonymous letters are now being called in for questioning. And one of them already broke. They confessed under pressure and released your name from the list. A hidden recording made by a witness is about to go public. The voice on the tape is unmistakable, it's your neighbors. And the words spoken in that audio expose their entire motive. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The officials who first doubted you are now shifting their attention. They're reopening past complaints from others in your neighborhood. It turns out, this wasn't the first time your neighbors tried to ruin someone. This is not just a case, it's a curse breaking in real time. You were chosen to break a chain of silent abuses. The very lies that were spoken to trap you are now freeing more victims. Someone close to the authorities is now helping your case. They've accessed sealed archives and found discrepancies that match your timeline. Every detail your enemies gave is now being unraveled piece by piece. The court is involved now, and they've subpoenaed files that were hidden. You will not have to speak loudly, your truth is echoing without sound. Their scheme is collapsing under the weight of its own wicked design. Type Amen to get blessing 848. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, do not stop praying just because you don't hear thunder. Heaven's army is not loud, but it's effective. A reversal is taking place in the realm you cannot see yet. In 3 days, someone from within their group will come to you secretly. They'll pretend they want to reconcile, but they're really trying to sense how much you know. Stay calm, don't react with anger, they're testing your awareness. This person will drop a clue accidentally. It might be a sentence, a name, or a date. Hold on to it, because that will be your final key. They know your strength is returning. Your silence has made them nervous. Your calm has become their greatest fear. Type Amen to get blessing 111. The false report they filed is now marked with contradictions. Even their own handwriting is being analyzed for forgery. Their attempt to paint you as dangerous is being turned against them. The woman who pretended to admire your garden? She gave a false testimony, and the investigation team caught her hesitation. She is now being watched for perjury. You're being vindicated in layers. First by truth, then by justice, and finally by divine order. They tried to strip you of your peace, but all they've done is increase your power. Now others are stepping forward to tell their stories. People who were too scared to speak are finding courage through your fire. And you, the one they tried to erase, are becoming the name everyone remembers. Type Amen to get blessing 232. They underestimated the spiritual shield around you. They thought their earthly plans could break your divine alignment. But they forgot, when you're chosen, even attacks become fuel for promotion. You're about to be offered a role that places you above them all. Your name will be cleared publicly. Even the media will begin to ask how such lies could be believed. Archangel Michael says, prepare yourself for rapid exposure. What they hid in private will be shouted in courtrooms. Every face that smiled while stabbing you will be known by the world. The best part? You won't have to lift a single weapon. Because angels don't swing swords, they expose shadows with light. Type Amen to get blessing 565. There's someone you once ignored who has been quietly watching from a distance. They knew what was being said, but they also knew it wasn't true. That person is about to step forward as a key witness. Their words will crush every last stone thrown at you. The file that once threatened your future is now being revised as evidence of a false conspiracy. You've become the subject of divine justice. And you're not just being defended, you're being elevated. People are starting to apologize in silence, but soon they'll do it publicly. The same neighbors who accused you will wish they had moved before doing so. God didn't allow this to break you, He allowed it to expose what needed to go. You've been too quiet for too long, but now your voice is rising. And when you speak, it will carry the authority of someone who walked through fire and didn't burn. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Archangel Michael says, the weapon may have formed, but it will not prosper. The darkness they sent to your door has returned to theirs sevenfold. You are being restored in a way that is not just visible, it is unforgettable. Soon, someone will ask you how you survived all of this. You won't answer with anger, you'll answer with wisdom. Because you know now, this was not just a betrayal, it was a revelation. Those who watched from their windows thinking you'd fall are now watching you rise. Your home is not just protected, it is anointed. Your name is not just safe, it is celebrated. Type Amen to get blessing 121. The story being told about you is shifting. From accused to admired. From isolated to influential. This season has shaped you in ways even you don't fully see yet. But the next door you walk through will be one of reward. Even your enemies will be forced to honor it. And if your heart feels heavy, remember this. What they meant for harm has created a testimony so powerful, even angels applaud. And it's only just beginning. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. There is now a quiet shift happening behind your back, one you can't fully see, but it's working in your favor. Those who filed the report are beginning to panic, making phone calls they shouldn't, trying to clean up what can't be cleaned. But Archangel Michael says, when the wind of truth starts blowing, nothing that was hidden will remain covered. You will soon notice their change in behavior. They'll try to smile again, try to offer fake apologies wrapped in neighborly concern. Don't be fooled, this is only the start of their fall. The official assigned to investigate you has already detected multiple red flags in the report. They've noticed copy-pasted paragraphs from unrelated cases, signs of false allegations, and strange timing. This wasn't just a report, it was a trap, designed with venom. But their own words are now turning into the evidence of their guilt. Each lie they spoke is being documented as part of a larger pattern. And that pattern is going to place them exactly where they tried to send you. Type Amen to get blessing 656. You will not be destroyed by their plan, instead, you'll be promoted through it. Your name will appear on the lips of those in power, not because of shame, but because of your resilience. People who never noticed you before are starting to watch closely, and they are impressed. You're walking into a season of high favor. The very accusation they meant to ruin you is creating pathways you couldn't have imagined. You are now marked by grace, and no document filed in secret can erase it. Your testimony is growing stronger by the day. The attacks are heavy, yes, but they are revealing things that were hidden in the dark for too long. This exposure isn't just about this season, it's unlocking justice for seasons long past. Archangel Michael says, your enemies are shrinking. What once felt large and intimidating is now revealing itself as small, desperate, and full of fear. Their trembling has begun, and you didn't even have to raise your voice. Type Amen to get blessing 737. Someone you haven't spoken to in years is about to reach out. They heard about the accusations, but they know you better than most. They're coming with evidence, proof that the neighbors twisted events from long ago. This person has no reason to lie, and their voice will carry weight in the process. They've been silent all these years, but watching everything unfold has awakened something in them. Their testimony will hit like lightning in the courtroom. You're not just being cleared, you're being uplifted. Your reputation, once whispered about, is now being defended by strangers. Heaven is releasing people to fight for you, people whose names you'll only learn after victory. One of the neighbors involved is now experiencing supernatural disturbance. Their home is filled with chaos, arguments, and sickness that doctors can't explain. That's not a coincidence, that's the backlash of touching what was divinely protected. Type Amen to get blessing 838. You are more powerful than you appear. They assumed your kindness was weakness, but they are learning the difference now. Because you are wrapped in the armor of the righteous, and your feet walk in truth. Archangel Michael says, this fire will burn away the falsehood and refine the gold inside you. There's a version of you being born through this betrayal. A version so sharp, so focused, so blessed, it will silence every enemy without a word. The accusations about you are unraveling because of divine timing. The moment they tried to hide documents, the system glitched and logged the attempt. Now there's a digital trail leading straight back to them. The woman who led this charge against you, her name is now being investigated in another scandal. She's been caught lying on official papers before, and now that pattern is being connected. You are not the first she tried to destroy, but you will be the last. Type Amen to get blessing 373. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Even as you rest, angels are moving. Files are being reshuffled, decisions being reversed, names being erased from blacklists. And your name is among them, cleared, protected, and honored. The emotional weight you've been carrying will begin to lift soon. You'll notice it in your sleep, in the calmness of your chest, in the stillness around your home. That's not coincidence, that's the spiritual cleaning beginning. Your story will become a blueprint for others. People will ask how you survived so much deception. They'll want to know how you stayed quiet while the world seemed to turn against you. You'll tell them you didn't fight with fists, you fought with faith. You didn't need to prove yourself, because truth always speaks louder than lies. And now, the truth is roaring. Type Amen to get blessing 191. The authorities involved are now aware of the manipulation. What once seemed solid is now shaky. Every person who backed the false report is now backing away, fearing exposure. Expect a formal letter soon, one that retracts all allegations. It will be written carefully, trying to mask the shame. But behind its lines will be the silent confession that they were wrong. You'll be compensated in ways you didn't even ask for. This battle wasn't just spiritual, it had financial and emotional consequences. And now, the restoration will touch every corner of your life. Even the people who didn't support you before will begin to honor you. Because survival in silence is strength. And your strength is being recognized by both heaven and earth. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Archangel Michael says, don't look back now. The trap has been broken, and your path is clear. Keep walking, because what's ahead is far greater than what's behind. The next chapter in your life will begin with sudden movement. A call, an opportunity, a shift, you'll feel it like a wave. And that wave will carry you into a place of undeniable favor. The people who tried to bury you with words will now watch you bloom in front of them. You will not have to explain, defend, or seek revenge. Your success will do the talking. Prepare yourself for divine appointments. Prepare yourself for doors that were once locked opening with ease. Prepare yourself for the kind of joy that can't be faked. Type Amen to get blessing 323. They took your name to the authorities, but heaven took your name to the throne. And what the throne decides, no earthly report can reverse. You are covered, chosen, and unstoppable. The streets where they gossiped about you will soon speak of your elevation. The walls that heard lies will echo your laughter. And the same people who tried to humiliate you will eat in silence at the table of your victory. Hold your peace. Your reward is close. And your name, once slandered, is becoming sacred. This battle was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to reveal just how powerful you truly are. And now, nothing can stop what is coming to you. Type Amen to get blessing 404. What they meant for disgrace is now turning into your spotlight. The very soil they tried to bury you in has become the platform raising you up. The officials who once looked at you with suspicion are now shaking their heads at how misled they were. One senior officer has taken a special interest in your case. He's ordering a full audit on all the documents submitted against you. Already, 3 inconsistencies have surfaced, and this is just the beginning. Archangel Michael says, it will no longer be about clearing your name, it will be about exposing theirs. The public will learn what was done behind closed doors. No excuse will be accepted, no apology will wipe away the stain they placed on themselves. You've become the mirror that reveals their darkest motives. Their community image, their fake kindness, their phony respectability, it's all crumbling. And this fall will be seen by many. Type Amen to get blessing 622. You'll soon receive a copy of the initial report. As you read through it, you'll feel both fury and freedom. Fury at the lies, but freedom in knowing none of it stuck. Inside the document will be names you didn't expect to see. One of them might even be someone you helped during their hardest moment. They turned your kindness into ammunition, but now that betrayal is public record. The authority figures who believed the report are also being held accountable. Why didn't they question it more? Why was it pushed through so fast? Now that scrutiny is being applied on every level. This is no longer just about you, it's becoming a community reckoning. Others will be pulled into light. Some will run, some will confess, and some will fall silent forever. Type Amen to get blessing 144. A media leak is imminent. Someone from the investigation team is planning to expose what happened, anonymously, but powerfully. This will spark conversation, debate, and eventually, justice. You'll be asked to comment, but you won't need to. Your silence will carry more power than words. The truth has momentum now, and it cannot be stopped. Your life will no longer carry the stain they tried to paint. Instead, your story will be used in boardrooms, classrooms, and courtrooms. You will inspire policies that protect others from what you endured. Archangel Michael says, there's someone watching you from a distance who carries admiration in their heart. They've been waiting for the right time to step forward, and this battle has revealed your strength. Their respect for you is growing into something more. Type Amen to get blessing 777. You're not just clearing your name, you're gaining allies. Powerful people, righteous people, and quiet defenders are gathering in your favor. Because what you've endured without breaking is legendary. Even in your silence, your light has spoken louder than any accusation. And now, people are waking up. They're questioning every narrative, every rumor, every false label. Your house, once marked with suspicion, is now glowing with divine security. No weapon formed against it will prosper, not in spirit, not in law, not in voice. Because your protection has been assigned by heaven itself. The neighbor who started all of this is beginning to break. Their health is declining, their friendships are evaporating, their peace is gone. That is not your revenge, it's their own energy returning to them. Type Amen to get blessing 282. You don't need to wish bad upon them. The justice already underway is bigger than any emotion you could release. Let God handle it now, because He's not done flipping the table. They stole your name in the dark, but now it's being shouted in light. They mocked your silence, but now it echoes louder than their lies ever did. You're not just recovering, you're transforming. A legal paper is being rewritten. Your file is being stamped with, cleared with prejudice, which means they cannot come at you with this again. This is permanent protection, sealed in divine authority. You'll be awarded something soon, a payment, an invitation, a position. It won't erase the pain, but it will validate your suffering. It will mark your rising. Type Amen to get blessing 303. Archangel Michael says, prepare for strangers to honor you. People you don't even know will reach out, saying, I saw what they tried to do, and I stand with you. This public favor is your spiritual shield turned into reality. They tried to treat you like a problem. But you were always the prophecy. And now, the stage is clearing for you to speak, to shine, to stand. Even your walk has changed. There's a new authority in your steps. Because when heaven endorses you, earth cannot reject you. A powerful institution is reviewing your case from a completely different angle. They want to offer you something long-term, something honorable. Because they see what kind of warrior you truly are. Type Amen to get blessing 616. You are being used to expose a deep-rooted issue. This wasn't just your neighbor's hatred, it was generational. And you were the one anointed to interrupt that cycle. They've done this to others, and got away. But this time, they touched the wrong soul. They touched a chosen one with divine backing. And now, their hands are stained, not yours. Your record is being cleaned, elevated, and made sacred. And their lies are turning into ropes around their own throats. The home that once heard your weeping will now hear your victory dance. The walls that echoed pain will now be filled with blessings. Because your environment is shifting, spiritually and physically. Type Amen to get blessing 333. You are not the same person who started this battle. You've been sharpened, strengthened, spiritually upgraded. And no whisper campaign can shake the foundation you've now built. Expect people to copy you, to mimic your strength, to ask for your guidance. You're walking in leadership now, even if it wasn't your plan. Because this fire turned you into something no one expected, a warrior with grace. Your name is no longer linked to suspicion, it's now linked to deliverance. Those who hear it will feel reverence. Those who mocked it will feel shame. Archangel Michael says, this is your divine moment of full circle justice. Let them watch. Let them witness the rise they tried to prevent. Let every person who believed the lie regret it in silence. Let every observer see that no darkness can conquer divine light. Because you, child of heaven, are glowing in truth. Type Amen to get blessing 292. And now, you walk forward. Not with fear, but with divine pride. Because your name is cleared. Your honor is restored. And your enemies are silenced. You didn't just survive the report, they created your testimony. You didn't just outlive the lie, you buried it. And now, it is your season. Let this be your reminder. No matter who tries to whisper against you, your truth roars through the heavens. And it has just begun. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.